Knicks coach Jeff Van Gundy goes home with 15 stitches after trying to break up a basket brawl between the Knicks and the Spurs.
Jeff Van Gundy is known for a lot of things as being a head coach and an assistant with the Knicks. I think his involvement in brawls is certainly towards the top of the list.
This particular play, Danny Ferry, a notoriously dirty player, Camby trying to box him out. Ferry comes in, gives him an elbow, gives him a little bit of a headbutt, smacks him in the face with his hand. No foul is called. Camby's talking to the official for a good 15 to 20 seconds. Then all of a sudden, he looks up, and you can just see his eyes go wide like he says, I have my shot. Running start, winds up with his fist, and here comes Jeff Van Gundy.
He shouldn't have been coaching. He should have been a Secret Service man. The way he dove in to stop Marcus Camby, he used his body as a human shield.
Like an action hero in a movie, flying across the screen, trying to get into the way of this punch. Gets in Camby's way. Camby misses the punch, but headbutts Van Gundy in the face.
Basically hoping that Camby wouldn't get suspended.
Camby's ejected, obviously, though probably not as many games he would have been suspended if that fist would have made contact.
And you sit there and you say, if this guy can get involved, you know the players in the court give a little more effort than they give some of these nights, because he wanted it out there. He was passionate about being the coach of the Knicks, and it came out there, and the guy got stitches for it.
Well, Van Gundy's he's an upstate guy. So that was that Rochester mentality, just putting your head in there and just, you don't care what happens.
When it came to his team, he was fiercely loyal, and he protected his boys. And as a New York Knicks fan, Jeff Van Gundy, always good in my book. I'll buy him a beer if I see him right now. Love Van Gundy.
Coaches, and when I was a coach, we have to go in and protect our players. We're not going to fist fight for them, but we're going to have to try and either stop them or others from getting involved.
You know, it's a lot to be said for a coach that was willing to go down and fight with his team.
Obviously, it's not a good idea for Van Gundy to get in the middle of that, but that's the type of guy he was.
No offense to Jeff, he doesn't exactly look like an intimidating guy, so I think that always gave him the confidence that he can get involved in a brawl and nobody's going to do anything to him. Who's going to beat up that nerdy professor?
It looks like your tax attorney. Last thing in the world you're expecting is to see this guy get in the middle of these melees.
It's never a good idea for a guy as small as Jeff Van Gundy to be running around in the land of the giants.
Clearly the shortest man on the court, and he has a little bit of that Napoleon complex.
And it's another unforgettable Knicks moment that has nothing to do with basketball.